for being here. I don't know, are we ready? Okay. Taylor will be accompanied and escorted onto the floor by the sacred White Mountain Apache crown dancers.
Bella na la bella da go jogo la ena ya pasa de yo ana de go ayenda ye la ena ya go jogo na sha ya berele yo ena anga berele yo ena
Everybody, Taylor Susan, current reigning Miss Indian World. We're gonna get a few words from Taylor. And they're getting you a mic. Yeah. She can catch her breath there for a second. And we thank the White Mountain Apache Crown Dancers for honoring her in this way. This is a very sacred way. And if you saw, there was also women paying respect to her as well in the 4 directions. And this is very, very important and a very sacred rite for the White Mountain Apache people. So we will hear a few words from Taylor Susan in just a moment. Okay, all right. Do we have her a mic? Everybody, let's give a big round of applause to Miss Indian World, Taylor Susan.
Dagot she is chosen as she Aristishi, Taylor Dutchby than Jonas Susan. She does the guys on the she. Shash to get it's in a chahi bashichi. Chill was your shikiat and Phoenix Shogoshi. Shataloid Susan Gonza. Shema and Susan Gonza. Danawa Nikakajolen. Ahed Noskai. Shufna Jean. Good evening, gathering of nations. My name is Taylor Dutchby than Jonas Susan. My middle name in the White Mountain Apache language means beautiful morning. I proudly introduce myself in the White Mountain Apache language, but most importantly, I also said in the White Mountain Apache language that I am also a proud Walker River Paiute woman born for the Agarekara, the Trout Eater Peoples Clan. For my Apache side, I am born for the Bear and Eagle Clan, but traditionally we're taught to claim our mother's clan, so I'm born for the Bear Clan, born for the Nakaya, because we have our clan system. Nakaya in Apache means Mexican, or one that travels a lot. So I'm also Latina, eh? Well, my great-great-great-grandmother was, captured from Mexico, and she was brought to our Apache land and married a man from my tribe, and that is how I'm a descendant of the Latino culture, I should say, excuse me. But today, a year ago from today, I was proud to my family and I were really proud to carry out the duties as your 35th Miss Indian World Ambassador, representing all the tribes throughout Canada, all the tribes throughout New Zealand, Australia, and all the 562 plus tribes here in the United States, including one of the beautiful states of New Mexico, which is home of Gathering of Nations and Miss Indian World. I simply can't thank all of you enough for the duty of serving as your global ambassador, not just for me, but my family, my tribes, all of your support from all 4 directions. I simply couldn't have done it without you. Your encouragement, your support, your prayers made this year successful. I always say that pursuing any title, it is never about me. It is a journey for all of us to experience together, because it is an ancestral teaching for all of us in this room right now to lend a helping hand, because that is the true meaning, I think, of any ambassador, especially Miss Indian World, is to help each other, to be there for one another, to exemplify positivity, encouragement, and inspiration. Because I think all of us, we value the importance of friendship, what it means to be valued, loved, and I only wanted to exemplify that this year because that is a moral within my family and my tribes, is to help each other. And I also would like to thank the Miss Indian World Committee, these ladies that serve on the committee that are wearing red to honor the missing and murdering of Indigenous women, which is this year's theme. I simply couldn't have done it without them. The times that I needed camaraderie and words of encouragement, I turned to them. And I had witnessed it with my own 2 eyes and my own spirit and the Creator to know that these ladies put in so much effort to make Miss Indian World happen. Without the Matthews family, Gathering of Nations, and the dancers, the singers, all of you that have been invited and welcomed into this stadium and to Stage 49 or to the vendors wouldn't have been possible without these people's help. So, as your ambassador, I know I have to say, I have so many inspirational words to give all of you. And one theme that I mentioned was the missing and murdering of Indigenous women. There's too many of our sisters, aunties, grandparents, mothers, sisters, wives that go far away and never come back. So it is important. My message to you tonight is to take care of each other. Watch what you say to people. Be positive, be encouraging, love one another. Because you never know what you say if it's the last time you're going to speak to this individual. And that just doesn't go for our women, it goes looking after our men, taking care of them. Because tonight, in this auditorium right now, as your ambassador, I simply want to tell you that the Creator wouldn't have put you on this earth if He knew that you couldn't handle the challenges that you are enduring in your life. I have to say that I think each and every one of us look like royalty tonight. And in the eyes of our Creator, we are royalty. Otherwise, we would not be here. To everyone out there, I'm a proud graduate from the University of Arizona as of last year. And thank you. Thank you. A message behind that I really promoted this year was to pursue your higher education. Because even though we are not on the same battlefield with our ancestors and elders using the handmade tools to protect our people, we're utilizing higher education as a tool to continue to protect our people in classrooms, courtrooms, and through modern day medicine. And most importantly, to be mentally healthy, physically, spiritually, and to look after one another, because all of us come from different tribes, but we all need each other's help. And most importantly, it's important to those who are visiting from near and far. If this is your first time to Gathering of Nations, we welcome you. The grand entry that you see here, the ritual that you just saw with the crown dancers, this was once considered illegal in this country. And I couldn't be more proud to see Gathering of Nations striving strong and hard 36 years to make sure that every single one of us feel strong, resilient, and honor those who are before us and the future ahead of us. And most importantly, thank you so much from the bottom of my heart. I would like to thank my family, my tribes, all of you that are here in attendance, the Miss Indian World Committee, and people that have made this year successful. The crown and sash has traveled globally to Mexico, Canada, and for the first time in history, the International Indigenous Fashion Week in Paris, France. And thank you. These words that I speak, it's not to brag about myself or what I've done, because this year was never about me. It was to make sure that our people were represented in a well-respected manner, that I honored you, and that my service to you was to make sure to take care of you, love you, show what it means to be an ambassador, because I truly believe that the crown of Miss Indian World, or any title, it does not make you who you are. It reveals who you are. And to all of our elders, we value you, we love you, you're the treasures of our tribal communities. To our youth, spend quality time with your elders. They want to see good things from you. Everyone in this room wants you to succeed. Never forget that you are always loved, you are never alone. To our parents, to our middle-age category, and to our upcoming elders, we need you, we look up to you. And even as your Miss Indian World Ambassador, I continue to look up to you. You're always being watched, but you are loved and valued. So just thank you all so much for an incredible year, not just for me, but for every single one of us here. And I couldn't be more proud and excited of our Miss Indian World contestants and to welcome a new Miss Indian World to the powwow circle. How many of you are excited to see and welcome a new Miss Indian World? I'm really excited, and all I ask of you this upcoming year is to support her, encourage her, love her, and let her know that, and let all of you ladies know out there that all of you carry the quality of Miss Indian World. And our men, I want you to know that you are also Mr. Indian World. You're royalty in everyone's eyes. And I keep emphasizing, how valuable you are, because you mean so much to not only our tribal communities, your tribal identity, but to the Creator. So just thank you again all so much. I'm grateful for all of these experiences, but I couldn't have done it without you. And that's what I truly believe ambassadorship is doing the best that you can to set your best foot forward, to be there for others, to be of service. And that's an ancestral teaching, again, is to help each other. And I pray the Creator continues to protect you and guide you, and that we see each other again soon. And just never forget that you are always loved and valued in the eyes of our Creator. And thank you all so much. Gathering of Nations, thank you. Ashant, thank you so, so much.
Big round of applause for Taylor Susan. All right. Beautiful young lady. And hey, Lisa, you think everybody wants to know a little bit about Miss Indian World?
Absolutely. What do you guys think?
I have some secrets here. Our outgoing Miss Indian World, Taylor Susan, is a citizen of both the White Mountain Apache tribe and the Walker River Paiute Nation. And last year, just after winning the title of Miss Indian World, Taylor graduated from the University of Arizona with a bachelor's degree in political science with an emphasis in law and public policy, and obtained 2 minors in chemistry and theater. Let's give her a big round of applause for that. Wow. Awesome. So awesome. Taylor has spent the past 12 months representing all Native and Indigenous people as our cultural ambassador, and she's done an outstanding job. Don't you think so, Lisa?
Absolutely. Thank you, Beulah. And I think for me, I want to know what your year's been like. So how about if you give us a breakdown?
Sure. Well, the crowd did travel internationally, but I'm proud to have gone and visit the 4 corners of our country. I got the chance to spend some time in the Quinault Nation out in Washington State, the Saboba Indian Band of tribes out in San Diego, California, and the Seminole Tribe of Florida. I had some gator nuggets and held a gator for the first time in my life, which was kind of scary because it kind of wiggled. And then I also had the chance to travel to the Seneca Nation out in Salamanca, New York, and the tribe was so kind enough to take me to Niagara Falls, which I've never seen. I've only seen from afar. But this journey was just simply beautiful. I couldn't have done it without everyone in attendance, the support, through prayer, and most importantly, my family, my tribes, and the Creator. So it's been a beautiful journey, and I've had a great time with the Miss Indian World Committee. We just have some amazing stories, and not crazy stories, but just fun stories, and it was a good year. And I'm really proud of how everything worked out this year for all of us.
Thank you so much. We were talking in the vehicle on the way here this morning, and you mentioned something about one of your favorite chicken dishes. Can you explain?
Oh my gosh, this was something that was supposed to be a secret. So when I had traveled with the Emergence Productions producer Melissa Sanchez to Mahnomen High School out in Minnesota. Oh, hi, welcome. After I got done speaking, to a beautiful group of students of all age groups, we had a really nice dinner, and it was a real fancy restaurant. And so I had never eaten at something that was as high a price as like $26 a plate. Usually just something simple, like, I won't say where, but anywho, when we were going there, I was looking at the menu, and we sat down, and she said, Taylor, what do you think you're gonna order? And I was like, oh, like this looks really good. And I said, it's the Cajun chicken, and it looks really yummy. It's got mashed potatoes and like some asparagus. And she started laughing at me, and I was like, what's so funny? She's like, Taylor, it's not Cajun, it's Cajun chicken. So that's just one of the many experiences that I've had. I could think of a million stories that had happened this year. There is one amazing experience that I had with one of my Miss Indian World sisters, Shavana, and she's the one who invited me out to Quinault Nation. And so we had a couple hours to spare in Seattle, so we got to tour Seattle a little bit. And when we were going to go to the Space Needle, it was a 45-minute wait, and I had to leave to the airport in an hour. So I said, well, I think it's best if we don't go because I don't want to risk missing my flight to Idaho. So when we were walking around, we'll just go shopping, and we did, but there's a security guard that came up to us. And he said, hey, where are you girls from? What tribe are you? And we said our tribes, and he's like, well, when you're done shopping, come find me at the register and I'll hook it up for you. And I thought, oh, like a 50% discount, But it turns out when we got done, purchasing our items, he said, come follow me. And he took us to the will call of the very front of the Space Needle. And he actually got us free passes because he was a security guard at the Space Needle, and he said, I can take 8 people up for free. So instead of waiting 45 minutes in line, he escorted both of us to the very front of the line in less than 45 seconds. So we got to go up in the Space Needle, and her and I had such a great time. I mean, we even got to visit the Nasty Gum Mall, and we also got to go through a parade through Seattle. We decided to go from Pike's Place to the Space Needle. We hopped on a bike, and we sat in the back of it real comfortably, and I had the sash and crown on trying to get pictures, and the cop said, yeah, you guys can come through. And here it was a St. Patrick's Day parade that we rode through.
So lots of amazing stories. Okay, Rick, Beulah, let's take it. You people give it up for Miss Indian World, Miss Taylor Susan.
We'd like to acknowledge some important people who are here supporting Taylor Susan. Her father, Lloyd Susan, and her mother, Ann Willie Susan. Her sister, Ashley Susan, brother, Justin Susan. And they've traveled many miles along with many relatives here to honor her, their daughter, niece, sister, cousin, granddaughter, sister and friend. So they're very happy to be here and support her. I would like to acknowledge the vice chairman of the White Mountain Apache tribe, Jerome Casey. He's right back here behind me on the speaker stand. Let's give him a big round of applause. They've traveled very far to be here and support Taylor Susan in her year of Miss Indian World. Our next dignitary is Amber Torres. She is the chairman of the Walker River Paiute tribe. And our dignitary from the Donna-Autumn Nation, Verlin Jose. He's the vice chairman of the Donna-Autumn Nation. We thank you all so much for being here, one and all. Thank you very much. And we wish you all success in your tribe endeavors. And we thank you for supporting such a lovely young lady. She is wonderful. We're going to our drum group, Young Spirit, for our last honor song for Taylor Susan. And she's inviting the dignitaries and her supporters to dance with her. This will be her outgoing dance as Miss Indian World. And I can tell you, this young lady, I got to know her. She became like a little sister to me. And I was so lucky to spend time with her. And I noticed how many people in the world that we met, including elders, heard her speak and appreciated what she said. They loved what she said. They listened to her. And then one lady that we met in Nevada said, she was a 98-year-old woman. And she said, I am happy about the future of Native people. And that is because of Taylor. So I am really, really happy to be a part of the Miss Indian World Committee, and so that I could be a part of Taylor Susan's reign and her outgoing ceremonies. So let's go to Young Spirit. We're going to Young Spirit for an